Day number 23. It is March 7th, and today was a bit of an emotional day in that I was telling people at work that I was leaving. And as you know, if you watch my videos, I like to be somebody that is a positive influence, and I've learned to value the ability to um, be social and to be a positive influence in people's day. And it got a bit emotional when I was telling a few coworkers that I was leaving. But it was very important to me that I take control of it and I own those uncomfortable feelings of having to approach these friends, these people that I respect, and to kind of and to tell them that I was leaving next Friday, and to tell them about my opportunities and the challenges and whatnot. So, um, and yeah, that's basically the whole flavor of overcoming an addiction is to own those uncomfortable feelings, to give voice to the emotions that you're experiencing, but learn to identify like um the ones that are rooted in fear versus the ones that are rooted in love. And it's very much a spiritual journey. Like, as I said, I don't go to church, and I don't really um preach a whole lot of religious things, but um man, oh man, we're not only emotional creatures, but we are self-aware, and that's what makes us unique as animals, is that we are aware of being aware. We're self-aware enough to be we're self-aware enough to be aware that we are aware. You know what I mean? It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. To be like, to observe our emotions, to observe our behaviors, and to have the power to kind of alter our behavior in the sense of tapping into the like subconscious tendencies, the conditioning of our mind. And that's where the spirituality comes in. I think it's about connecting to nature. It's about disconnecting first of all from the lifestyle that's basically forced down our throats, and it's the whole um colonizing mentality. Like, it's a 100% a conditioning of the psychological aspect of these creatures of huge imagination. Like, there's no limit to the human potential. Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, even 1,000 years ago, if you I'm not going to get too much into it, but 1,000 years ago, there's life as we knew it was not even imaginable. It was insane. It's insane to think about how we've evolved in many ways, only to devolve in other ways. And yeah, there was a comment the other day that just blew my mind. Like, it made me feel so humble that it's the teachings of the ancients. Like, it's been written everywhere. Um, oh God, his name's slipping my mind. Uh, Golly, lost my train of thought as far as that goes. But there's been knowledge passed down for thousands of years that we've just kind of forgotten about. And in the age of information, there's probably too much information out there. We're being told things to believe rather than kind of digging deep and looking inward and kind of coming up with our own identities and our own kind of direction, essentially. So, um, yeah, it was an emotional day. I caught myself kind of. It's almost like you have a budget of willpower throughout the day, and it was a highly emotional day. Lots of changes, obviously, in my life. If you watched any of my videos, you could Um, and my day started by, you know what? I'm so glad I did this because I felt like I needed to do it. I reached out to I'm not sure how many people like watch this from away, but a local ultra marathoner who's been around the block. Like, he's been doing it for probably decades. So I reached out to him, and his name is Jody Eisner, and I wanted him in my corner for my 200-mile effort, because I know those types of things require humility, and they require a psychological aspect that I don't think is a very spoken about topic. But if you're into those longer distances, it's not even just physical. Obviously you need to be physically able to do it, but there's the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual aspect, that all has to come together perfectly in order to even kind of attempt it in the right frame of mind. Um, and that reminds me of the quote that I heard today. I forget who said it. Obviously a philosopher of some kind, but life is not about doing; it's about being. So it's not even about what you talk about, what you're going to do, or even like doing. Like if you say, for instance, I ran 100 miles, but like that's all well and good, but what is it making me become? Like if I just fucking rub it in people's faces, or if I just use it to feed my ego, then what worth is it really? There's really not a whole lot of value for my environment if I just kind of just brag about it. If I use it to feed my ego and just keep doing 100 milers and not kind of push that boundary anymore. Um, and like I said before, that 100 mile, it's all a spiritual journey for me. It's all about pushing my limits, my self-limiting beliefs. It's all about challenging those little dark areas that oh, that growing up, I thought they were just part of me. I thought I would not be able to do anything about them. So that's what ultra marathons represent for me. They're not about running. Um, Very little to do with running, but it's about what they do for me. And it's the pursuit of excellence. It's um, my neighbor just came home and I lost my train of thought again. It's the pursuit of excellence in more than just body. Like there's um the realizing of potential essentially is what I'm after. I've always felt I was capable of more, and to challenge those little dark spots and to keep bumping up against the glass ceilings that you don't even know are there. Like you don't even know all of your limiting beliefs until you're kind of in the shitstorm basically. Um and it takes some work. It takes some blood, sweat, and tears to kind of reveal these dark areas, to challenge yourself enough to kind of believe that you can overcome them, um, and bring them to the light. That's essentially what it is. It's not easy. It's not pleasant by any means. But as the cliches all say, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And I feel that. And today was another one of those days where I challenged myself. Even last night, I realized last night in my video, I kind of challenged myself to tell these people, to tell my friends that I was leaving. I wanted to own it. I wanted to be uncomfortable. I wanted to just take responsibility. I think that's what it's all about. Like nobody's going to fucking sit you down and connect the dots for you. They're not going to be able to shine the light into your darkness enough to illuminate the areas that you need to improve. So um and the for me, it's the areas that scare the fuck out of me that I kind of gravitate towards. And that kind of plays into approaching Jody Eisner about supporting me in the 200-mile effort. Because my current trail running group, I don't know what the fuck happened in the past, but There's some fucking ego battles going on there that I really don't give a fuck about, honestly. But um, yeah, I like to push the limits. I like to go against the crowd. And you know what? I think that is a awesome representation of me just seeing the inherent value in going against not popular opinion, but going against the flock, I guess. Because you know what? I feel like I talked about spirituality, and there's like animal spirits, obviously. And some people are born sheep, some people are born wolves, some people are born, there's a whole bunch of animals. But like I've been I've been blessed to kind of grow up and identify when I'm kind of associating with sheep. And I've always wanted more. Like there's always been that element where, and it's not always, I don't think I'm better than anybody or anything, but like in high school, I realized that people were fucking valuing the wrong things, like having sex and drugs and all this before you even graduate. Like, what the fuck is the point? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what the fuck is the point? So, like, I ended up skipping school. I didn't see the value in it. I just wanted to get on with my life and, work and stuff. But obviously, you need high school. Okay, yeah. The lessons were learned along the way, obviously, but um, and that kind of fed my addiction in that I wanted to kind of hide and um detach myself from the crowd and from normal. I never felt normal. I never want to be normal, but that's essentially where that's the direction my life has been. Like I've always kind of been against the crowd, whether I wanted to or not. I've always I didn't always stand out, but I've always felt like I didn't fit in. Um and nowadays I find myself, um when I do fit in, I kind of um when I do fit in, I don't enjoy it because I can feel the comfort. I can feel the security of being in a crowd, of being accepted, of being liked. And I think that is a form of, it could form a it could form a habit of self-sabotage in that you become so comfortable in this crowd of people that like you and accept you that you're not willing to push beyond that. You're willing to sacrifice your own potential just to kind of appease um the egos of the shared ego of this group, right? So I That's basically what I've done today. And I'm so stoked. I'm so excited to have these fucking gems of human beings in my corner. My girlfriend, Jody, his wife, like who else? There's a couple friends from my trail running group that are doing it as well. And I don't really give a fuck, honestly. Like I'm going to approach this as if it's my life journey. I'm going to approach this with humility, integrity, and honesty. And like I'm gonna fucking do it. Like I felt like this when I was visualizing myself in capes. I did not know I could physically do it. But like I knew I would not fucking give up. I would prepare honestly, like honest effort. And like I got 8 months or so to kind of wrap my head around what I'm gonna be doing. And it's gonna change my life. Like capes changed my life in the sense of exposing the darkness, the dark areas, and like I pushed the fucking wall. I'm so proud that not even for doing it, but for the journey after. Like I fell down the dark hole of smoking cigarettes and weed, obviously again, but um, yeah, I resisted it. I felt it wasn't a downward spiral looking back, but it felt like hell. It felt like hell, but it was just my new self kind of resisting my past, I guess. I was at conflict with myself and I felt it. I felt it. And that's what made me want to quit weed there 3 weeks ago. is I was still at conflict with the vision I had for myself was not what I was doing. And I feel the clarity now that I craved to be on the fucking path that I'm on. Wow, it's just a profound thing to be able to sit here and know that I'm challenging all of those little fucking fears, I guess they are. Fear of change, fear of not being liked, I guess. Um fear of being comfortable enough to just like carry on with being content. Like, like I never wanted to be relaxed. Not in the sense that like I always want to be fucking stressed out, but like I need to push. I need to keep pushing. In whatever aspect, whatever if I'm aware of an area that I could be better, then I'm going to fucking push that wall until I find something else. And you know what? I think that's what life is. If I can wake up every day and be like, okay, I'm going to pursue my highest potential and be grateful for this day, like good or bad, it doesn't fucking matter. That's all an emotional response. But to pursue each day and want to achieve your highest potential, to be of value to your environment, and not even so much the people in the social aspect, but your vibration, like your presence in this point in time. Like all we ever have is like right now. The past is history and the future is just a past is history, the future is a mystery, but that's why they call the present but that's why they call right now a gift. I think that's what did I fuck that up? No, that's why they call now the present. Whatever, so like, you get the idea. Anyway, so all we're ever guaranteed is this moment in time. And like to live in the future is anxiety, to live in the past is depression. So, and I'm not perfect by any means. Like today, I felt myself getting it's like a feedback loop where you just kind of relive this fear, like, oh, I'm starting a new job, it's going to be so hard, and oh, I hope I don't fuck up, or there's new challenges. What if I'm not up to it? Or I got to meet new people and I got to talk more. Like you get stuck in this shithole. And for me, it was thinking of Audrey. She's been super good for me. I'm so proud of her. Like the past week or so, she's been absolute gem. I'm so excited for her future. But my girlfriend actually brought it up. I have to trust her in her journey enough to kind of uh, to not worry about not being there all the time. Like I got to do what's best for me. Like I'm number one, and she's a very close second. But like I got to continue on my journey and set the standard for her, so that she can grow and identify that her daddy is a badass and want to kind of even surpass my standard. Like I'll pass the torch to her, and the torch that I have is self lit. Like I built it from the ground up through shit storms. And you know what? Maybe she might take a different route or whatever, but at least she'll have a shining example of perseverance and fucking resilience and just drive. Like I feel so driven just to want to be my best. And what that ends up being, like I'm so fucking curious to find out where this takes me, because I don't even know my highest potential, but I'm getting there. Like 200 miles isn't even fucking indicative of how far I'm willing to go. I'm willing to bleed, I'm willing to sweat, I'm willing to cry. Um and that's the fucking meaning of life. I think that's the spiritual journey that we should all kind of strive to be on, is to be the best we can be, mind, body, spirit, and just to aspire to inspire. I think there's nothing more noble than to be selfless enough to not expect praise, but to kind of expect yourself to project love into the world. To look inward rather than outward. I think that's a fucking noble existence, and that's exactly where I want to be. And I can't believe I fucking rambled on for 20 more minutes, but hopefully I said something of value. I didn't just fucking ramble on. But at least my beard is glorious. I hope you appreciate that. I take all of about 5 minutes to trim it up, but um anyways, peace, love, and clarity. Day number 23. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. It's been a profound journey. Like I never doubt my fucking direction once. But it's not easy. Not fucking easy. But it's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun to challenge your fucking bullshit. Like to get challenged on your own shit, to be honest and vulnerable and everything. Like fucking bring it. Like if people want to judge me, then that says more about them than it does me, because this is real. This is all fucking real. I don't fucking hold any punches anymore. I don't hide. If I'm hiding something, please call me out on it. I will fucking own it and I will speak to it. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do a 200-mile event, and I'm going to have some epic people supporting me to share the experience with. And like this is going to change my life, everybody's lives. Like I want to fucking change the world. Like I legit I want to become so powerful that my vibration alone is going to influence people around me. Like I want to raise my vibration to the point that like yeah, people question their own bullshit. Like even indirectly, like I won't call anybody out on their shit unless they're lying to me or like bullshitting me, but like to each their own, really. Like I said, nothing against marijuana or smoking or cannabis or even drinking, really. Like I don't give a fuck what you do, but as long as you're happy and healthy and like at peace with yourself, then like power to you, really. But don't bullshit me, because I'll call you out on it for sure. um but yeah, if I can challenge people's perception of themselves and feed their fire a little bit, man, I think that's fucking wicked. I think that's my mission here. Um, but yeah, keep pushing. This is fucking getting long. All right, I'm out. Later.